This will be the biggest test for Patrick Motsepe. This AFCON, this judgment, Senegal versus Morocco, all the actions, all the things that concerns Morocco and concerns Africa and concerns Senegal. They have been saying that Patrick Motsepe is about to compromise in his judgment. But did you see this video? I made this video long time ago. If you have been following me, I said this before, that this will be the biggest test of Patrick Motsepe. No doubt, Motsepe for me has been the best CAF president so far, because he has surpassed every other CAF president that have attained that scene. Because why? A man that came into power, he cleared up the old debt that CAF is owing. This man came into power, he does not collect salary. This man came into power, in fact, he owns a club. He understands what it means to own a club, to do football business. He understands this game totally well. He has increased money. In fact, he has spent over more than $42 million in terms of football, in terms of CAF football. He has increased, in fact, how do I put it? More than $42 million have been invested, in CAF tournament so far, increasing money to $6 million, all of those things like that. And this man is still doing, coughing out his money. This man has released over $10 million for under 15 African championship from his own pocket money. I am not sure if there's any African president that can do that currently now, aside from Motsepe. But this is going to be the biggest challenge. I know that this does not really is not really Motsepe's entire decision to do this, but I believe that there might be some influence somewhere, either allegedly from FIFA president, from some part of the world. But then again, Morocco and North Africans, they have become a thorn on in FIFA's in CAF's flesh, because these guys, firstly, these guys sometimes they believe that they are not African. They believe that they are white. They believe that seeing themselves among Africans, they believe that things should always favor them. That is their mentality most of the time. Why I'm very, very angry? I am not angry because Senegal, because they strip off Senegal this day. I am angry that the time this thing is coming and every other punishment that's supposed to be given to Morocco have been overlooked. Imagine Morocco leaving Senegalese players stranded at the train station, exposing them to insecurity, exposing them to fans that could have injured them before the final. Up till now, CAF did not make any statement. CAF did not make any official punishment to Morocco. Must you host and win tournament? All the towels that CAF, those fans were stealing, Morocco were only fined and charged. Sabiri, a football player, professional football player that plays for Morocco and PSV Eindhoven, was by the sideline trying to distract Mendy, stealing Mendy's towel. A professional player. I was very ashamed of that player. In this modern world, a player could do that, yet CAF turn deaf eyes to those kind of attitude. Something that these guys cannot do in Europe. They can't try this in their club side. They came to Africa and they are doing this thing. Morocco is not the first to host tournament. Other countries have been hosting. Nigeria have hosted tournament and lost in Nigeria here. Many countries have been hosting. When South Africa hosted and won, they did not steal too well. They did not do it by way. Their players played their hearts out and they won the tournament. Why don't you just play your football and enjoy it and win legally? Why must you find a way to? In fact, even in CAF Champions League, these guys are fond of doing these things. In CAF Champions League, you see them pointing lasers to players' faces and all of those things like that. Yet CAF have not stopped this kind of things. Yes, CAF have not stopped this kind of thing. How long will African football continue to die like this? How long? Motsepe have been trying, no doubt, but this is a very big problem. One time, Motsepe came out to say that Morocco have been helpful, that many tournaments that Morocco has hosted, many other countries refused to file in, they refused to bid, but Morocco came to the rescue to bid. Now, is that why Morocco refused to host the AFCON tournament, the female team, female Nations Cup they were supposed to host? 2 weeks to the tournament, Morocco opted out that they will not host it. Yet, we've not heard anything from CAF. CAF has not fined them. CAF have not suspended Morocco. Are they angry because of the AFCON that they did not give to them? So now, CAF is now coming now to turn everything against Senegal. This is so shameful. We must not dance to the tune of this Moroccan all the time. If Senegalese happen to fail the law, according to regulation of CAF 82 to and 84, if players leave the field, fine. Whether they leave the field or not, why did the referee continue the ball? Why did the referee continue the game? If the referee wanted to follow the law, when the Senegalese players came back to the field of play, I believe that the referee should have ended that game there and then award the victory to Morocco. By now we will have forgotten that there was a Nations Cup. Any other thing that happened there will have happened. We will accept it like that. How can the referee continue a match now reporting? See, in the rules of the game, there are match commissioners, there are referees. Anything that happened and referee continues the game and later writes in the file that okay, this match ended 1-0, so team won, so team won, but look at the fans did this, that, and that. Once you wrote it, once you have written it on the file and then you submit to the organization and it's marked and the trophy were given out at that moment, there is nothing that should have been done to that. Instead, if a fine have to be issued, that maybe you can fine Senegal not to attend the next AFCON, or you can fine them huge amount of money, but that trophy, you reversing that trophy is a total shame, telling us that because they walk out of the pitch. Meanwhile, the match continue. Why? This is very bad for African football. This is dragging. That is why the Europeans don't respect us. But then I do not blame this Moroccan. I did not blame this North African. Why will I say so? I don't blame them because we are applying emotions to this thing. If South Africa happens to be involved in this case, if Egypt happens to be the one that played final, South Africa against Morocco, I can bet with my life that CAF will not try that kind of thing. Why? Because South Africa has the infrastructure. South Africa has something that they offer to Africa, that they offer to CAF. Morocco is offering to CAF something. Egypt are offering to CAF something. What do they offer? They offer infrastructure. They offer good league. They make the name of CAF and the name of African football go higher. That is why Morocco is feeling like they are God in this world. Look at the file look at the case that Nigeria filed in for the World Cup. Now I'm hearing that allegedly that even Nigeria did not pay for that for the petition fee, which is about over $1,something thousand. Nigeria did not pay for that money, and they are expecting result. FIFA has refused to even make any statement since that time, ignoring Nigeria. Tell me, if Morocco have been the one that filed in that case, if South Africa have been the one that filed in that case, if Egypt have been the one that filed in that case, do you think FIFA will be silent? They will never be silent. They know what they are doing. But we in West Africa, especially in Nigeria, we are the one giving Moroccans, people like Moroccan, the effrontery to treat African football like this. Because if all the money they have been given to CAF, to Nigeria, all the money they have been given to Ghana, Cameroon, Senegal to build stadium, to do good things in their country, if these guys have been making use of these things well, without embezzling this money, and they make their league and the infrastructure in their country very good, I bet you Morocco will not stand this chance to intimidate African football. Because Morocco can't try this with South Africa, they cannot try this with Egypt, they can't try this with Algeria, they cannot try this at all with even Tanzania. They can't try this with Tanzania because they know that these guys they have something that they offer to CAF. But because we in West Africa here, we sit down, we embezzle money we are supposed to use to build our nation, build our football, build our country, so that when there's need for us to show ourselves, we can show ourselves. Morocco now, CAF is saying that Morocco want to host the World Cup. They are co-hosting World Cup with Portugal and Spain. Then what? Is that a big deal? South Africa hosted World Cup 2010 all alone, and they did very well. Everything, no complaint, nothing. And yet CAF did not say anything. So I am so angry. But then again, let us remove emotion. We especially in West African country, Nigeria, Senegal, they feel like what will Senegal offer to CAF? What will Nigeria offer to CAF? That is why they are being treated like this. I feel like in this case, I was warned by Morocco because of their administrative powers, not because they deserve it. If you have to put the law down, if you have to put the regulation down, that means everybody is guilty. Morocco is guilty of hosting and maltreating players that came to their country. Even fans, I still heard allegedly that some fans of Senegalese are still in jail or are still in prison in Morocco. If they commit something, there's no problem. But if you have to punish Senegal for something that they did in the AFCON, you should punish Morocco for the way they behaved. That was glaring. Video evidences were all over online during the AFCON. If Morocco come to Nigeria or go to Senegal to play a tournament and they treat players like Hakimi, Sabiri and the rest like that, the way they treated others in their country, how will they feel? Will they be happy? So let us think about that. But then Morocco have forgotten that aspect. They are standing on the right that CAF must favor them. At the end of the day, it's turning out to be like this. I do not want to blame Motsepe too much, but I believe that Motsepe should please and come out. I know that there are so many influence from FIFA, from a whole lot of people people in the world, because the Moroccans already have that big influence trying to influence this decision. Motsepe might not really be happy, but I believe that please Motsepe, do not let these people tarnish the image of your presidency, because you have done so well in Africa to allow little thing like this to tarnish your image. Now all this thing, Senegal need to appeal this thing. Senegal have a good case against Morocco, because the referee continued the game, the referee did not end the game, the referee did not terminate that match, the referee awarded the penalty, they played the penalty, they lost the penalty, and after the game the cup was given to Senegal. CAF did not come out to stop that game. CAF did not come out to say no, these rules have been written down, the match should not continue. Nothing was said there. Everybody sat down, they watched while they gave the Senegalese the medals and the trophy and the money, everything. Now they are coming after 3 months to come and rule this. I think the Senegalese FA has a very good case, but then again, who are they reporting to? Who will judge the case? It's still the world governing body. But a good lawyer knows the law, but then the smartest lawyers know the judge. So I think the Senegal might lose this case because they might know the law, but knowing the judge, the Moroccans might know the judge. That is where I will end this video. Please continue to follow me while I continue to enlighten you about African football. African football need to grow. If we in West Africa do the right things with football, I believe that Moroccans and the North Africans will not be intimidating us, and that is why I am appreciating South Africa, because South Africa have been standing up in terms of administration, in terms of their local, in terms of football. At least they have been coming up. That is why they are standing toe to toe with this North African, and watch it, they can never be taken granted by CAF or by FIFA, because they have almost everything that the North Africans has. Thank you.